Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here, and I'm trying a different approach entirely to filming videos, specifically trying some things out in advance of my shoulder replacement surgery on the 16th of January, after which I won't be able to do all the uh, two-handed handling. Let's see if this shows at all. This is the boom that I usually mount my phone on, and it's an arm that extends out over the desk. Won't be able to handle that, reach up and control it or anything with my arm in a sling, but I should be able to manage a photo booth on my laptop, which is what I'm using now. So I'm going to do a quick layout share of the last, I don't know, 15 or 16 pages I did in 2023. I've actually done two others, but they don't go live until the 8th and the 15th of January, so I won't include those in this layout share. This is a trial, and I'd love it if you could let me know if this is good or if there's anything I could change, or if you just hate it and will never watch again if I do very many of these. So I've had suggestions for, I'm going to do it, first of all, I'm going to do as many layouts and videos ahead of time as I can so that there is content ready to load to my channel for most of the series that I do. Weekly ones that, and I'm, the reason I'm pausing there, and I'll have to kind of look at this afterwards, the screen went blank, and so I'm not sure if it continued to record during that time. So I'm going to kind of keep my finger handy on the button here to restore it. But anyway, there are some series that I don't get the specifications until right beforehand. Like, let's say Scrap Squad Sunday, the lift comes out on Friday, and so I'd have to film it before Sunday, and I may not be able to do it in the traditional way, but I may be able to do something like I'm doing now for those. Or I could just do the layout without filming, and then after I get a few, it's been suggested that maybe I do a layout share with maybe a little bit more detail for those that don't have videos. So thinking about all those things, and it's been kind of crazy around here, like I'm sure it has been at your house, and so I'm just now kind of really sitting down and trying to figure all this out. So without further ado, I need to, in 20 minutes, I need to be cooking a farewell brunch for Barrett and James. James is taking Barrett back to Fort Eustis, Virginia, where he will continue with his basic AIT advanced individual training for the Army Reserves. And they are leaving in an hour or so, couple hours, so sometime this afternoon. So I'm recording this on New Year's Day, so Happy New Year's to all of you. And I will, I have a video out there today, so I'll probably schedule this for tomorrow, for Tuesday. So first layout, I'm gonna kind of show you here, and that it paused again. I'll show you this one. This is one I did for Mixed Media Mayhem. I'm trying to make sure that I get the whole thing in. I guess that does it right there. And then I can come up and show detail. I used a Scrap-A-Sketch stencil and some splatters, and the lighter colored stars are distress oxides on the black foundations paper by Vicki Boutin. I've got some Pinkfresh florals and a bramble fox perspective. That's a little birthday gift there. And the photos are James giving me my birthday present for my 36th birthday, I think. So it was a year or two ago. So I'll put that aside. This is one of my very favorite layouts of the year. It was done for Mini Paper Madness. It's a monthly series that we do. And these wood grain papers were in a 6x6 pad that came in a Mind the Scrap kit. And I used some more of those Pinkfresh florals. These greenery sprigs were die cut out of other papers in this pad. So this is a Vicki Boutin butterfly. These are Pinkfresh, I think they're Pinkfresh, might be Vicki Boutin florals. I think they are Vicki Boutin florals. And but the rest is this, and this is just an old scrap piece of beige cardstock that I didn't think I'd ever use. So that's that page. This is my page for the Bramble Fox recipe challenge for the month of December, and I scrap lifted Morag cuts on my page, and I'm using things from Mind the Scrap kit. These 49 and Market leaves are just amazing, and this paper is this paper, and also this paper is the other side of it. It's a graphic 45 paper that came in that same Mind the Scrap kit, and I absolutely love it. I fussy cut some florals out of the paper. I really used that sheet of paper, and I used a Bramble Fox stencil here, and I have a Bramble Fox title and some paper snips about the page. So I like that one because they're just kind of silly photos of James and Reese on Thanksgiving. And this is a page I did. It's using that same paper pad. That's from, I think it's called Craft Consortium. I'll have to check that. I think I had it in all of my postings. This was all from Mind the Scrap kit, and this was a Scrap Squad Sunday scrap lift. I used some more of those leaves. These were published at different times, but they were pages I did kind of fairly far apart, or else I just used the same materials. This is a Scrap-A-Sketch sketch and printables. It's a product focus layout that I did. That's a sneaky photo that we got of Barrett with a zoom lens. And I used two different sets of printables. I think one of them was called Take a Break, and the other one is called Adventure Trail. And the colors just went really well together, and it kind of worked out for a kid launching into his future. So that was another little blip, and I hope it didn't make a blip in the video. And I frankly hope that it's still recording. So this is a page done for my Scrap Backwards weekly video, and I used all Pinkfresh Happy Holidays supplies, which came in a surprise box that I bought, and I put all of the contents of that surprise box into my Scrap Backwards kit. And I just layered each little piece of the grid kind of on its own. And the photo is of my parents' Christmas card in 1947. And that was probably my 6-month portrait there. So again, photo was taken a year or two ago. This is one of my favorite pages. I love this goofy photo of Reese with all of her toys. And James took the photo. I ran it through a filter, and then I added this kind of snowy surround so that it looks like the toys are kind of popping out of the photo. And these are all printables from the Feeling Festive collection. And the challenge here was to use no patterned paper. This was the sketch that I used, and the challenge was to use no patterned paper. So I used no patterned paper. I stenciled using a Scrap-A-Sketch stencil the little puppy paws on the background sheet there. And then this is not pattern paper. This is a piece of packaging. It's from, I think it's probably from Vicki Boutin's Discover and Create, or possibly Print Shop. This is another Scrap-A-Sketch challenge, and I used it for Pinkfresh Friday, and these are all Pinkfresh supplies from a variety of different collections, including some of these pretty acetate florals that I used. That's a picture of Barrett and his lovely girlfriend Sky, and I used that sketch. And it was a grab 5 where we're supposed to use tags, flowers, stitching, gems, and a multicolored title. So my Hello Joy is multicolored, and the stitching is this fake stitching between these two squares. So I and of course there's florals everywhere. This is another Scrap-A-Sketch sketch and challenge. It's challenge 9, using embellishments that don't match the theme of your layout. So this is a Christmas layout, and none of the papers or embellishments on this page have anything to do with Christmas. They are a variety of floors. This was done for Simple Stories Saturday. There are probably 10 different Simple Stories collections represented here, including Hearth and Home, I recognize there, and these florals are from Carpe Diem, and I have no idea what the rest of them are. This one is from Snap, the Snap series, and that may also be where the dot is from. But I pulled out my my Simple Story stash and just went to town. Again, another little pause, so I'm hoping that didn't interrupt. This is a Scrap Squad Sunday that is a lift of a fabulous page by Dorimar Perez. And I used, I think that's Carta Bella Flora, and it's from a previous Mind the Scrap kit. I got these little things, I'm not even sure what to call them. It's laser cut press board, and I got those from Bramble Fox. There are a lot of different pinks and oranges going on here. These florals are from Pinkfresh, and they don't match these other than kind of in color and feel. And there's some 49 in Market tickets and all kinds of fun stuff going on there. 49 in Market frames that I cut and put the little laser cuts inside of. And then there's a 49 in Market tag that has its little twine hanging down. So, and the photo is of 6 first ladies all sitting at the same table. A lot of history in that photo. This is one of my favorite pages. I just drew a circle and then used cutouts or fussy cuts from Scrap-A-Sketch printables, again from the Feeling Festive collection, and I used all the colors there. And there's a photo of Katie and Barrett kind of waiting till it was time to come down and get Christmas presents. And there was a little Echo Park die of this little lantern and the Merry Christmas title. So I die cut that also from Feeling Festive papers. The black was just black cardstock. And here's one. This was the original that I was lifting, and it was for off the board. It was a pin, a Pinterest pin, and it was by Daniela for Ellie's Studio, and she was featuring the Ellie Studio outline alpha stamps, which I need to go buy myself one of these days. And I didn't have those stamps, but I did have these awesome rub-ons from 49 and Market from a Mind the Scrap kit. And so I used those, and I have a photo of James and Allie acting silly at the birthday dinner, at my birthday dinner on December 12th. And I used it to reinforce the theme of how thankful I am that the strange, and I guess when I made the video, I didn't do the alligator, which I always put on Allie's pages. Allie is a former stepdaughter, James's former stepdaughter, and she and her mom were both at my gathering. And I'm saying here that I think my journaling says I'm thankful that we still function as a goofy little family, even though, there have been some divorces and all of that real life. And we've had gatherings like that for Barrett's graduation and also for Christmas Eve and for New Year's Eve. So it's been kind of a nice mix of people that we still love. This is a page from for Mixed Media Mayhem, and it's a Scrap a Sketch sketch number 11. And I kind of went astray because I added these trees to, I was determined to add those trees because I wanted to get these texture paste or glitter paste dots on them. That was one of the requirements for Mixed Media Mayhem. And so I kind of tucked them in. I did some stamping here and here, and if I had it to do over, I'd leave this stamping out because the balance doesn't look quite right to me. And I added these goofy rainbows into the clusters, even though this is obviously a Christmas page. But hey, I'm sure that on some Christmas days there are rainbows, right? And this one is my kind of farewell to 2023 page. It was a Scrap Squad Sunday lift. I used Vicki Boutin's Evergreen and Holly to cut out the numbers. Let me see if I have the originals. I don't think I have them on my desk still. I used a fat font on my word processor and printed them out on about 4x6, I guess, was the size I was going for. And then after I printed them out on plain paper, I put that on top of the pattern paper that I wanted to use, and then I just hand cut it with my scissors. And for all the mistakes and the curves that went wrong, I just distressed the edges, which always hides a multitude of sins. Then I added chipboard. Those are chipboard. There's ephemera and maybe even some fussy cuts somewhere. I kind of color matched. I got a yellow bell and the yellow candlelight there. And here I got a red kind of turtle dove and a pink ornament and a pink bell. And then I kind of threw in some accent colors. And these are bramble fox evergreen sprigs that came in a package with some bluish aqua evergreen sprigs, which I will show you. And I color matched some twine. It's not twine, it's embroidery floss. And then I splattered it with Tim Holtz Distress Mica Stain. That was my first time ever using it, and I really love the effect that it gives. I don't know if you can see kind of up close these the shine and the border that comes with it. So it's kind of cool. This page uses the rest of those evergreen sprigs that were in that package. They're this aqua color and this kind of teal glitter. I guess I'm pointing to something that you can't see. There's the aqua color and there's the teal glitter. And this page is a scrap backwards page that came out today. And to start this page, I picked a sketch from the Scrap-A-Sketch Premium January sketches. And it was a half and half page on the diagonal like that. So I cut a single piece of paper in half and then, turned it over and used washi tape on the back to hold it together. And then after I picked the papers, this is an old My Mind's Eye collection called Miss Caroline. And after I picked the papers, I then found these florals on one of my favorite pages from a Mind the Scrap kit that had and I fussy cut the florals. And it matched the color scheme and it kind of kept it that sort of cool, wintry, chilly tone. And I had this title piece, and these little snowflakes had come as a gift in my Fox box. And then I had these sprigs left over from the page I had just done the day before. And I still didn't have a photo in mind. I was going to maybe go look for a photo of the kids building a snowman, which they've gotten to do maybe once or twice in their lifetimes. And instead, I found this one. It had come up in James's memories on Facebook, and I had, brought it down into my library I'd like to scrap this. And I thought, well, that's kind of a chilly look. There are no leaves on the trees, and it was the dead of winter. It was whatever day that I did this page. It was the day that was taken only in 2012. So, 11 years ago. And this is an everyday page. I didn't scrap it at the time. It didn't seem particularly compelling story-wise, but it's as the girls have grown up and John has departed, it has become more precious. And it was a nice page to do, and I'm glad that it's the first one that was published. And I managed to sneak in a sunflower for John, a ladybug for Katie, a baby squirrel, and a penguin for John. A baby squirrel for Ava and a penguin for John. So that concludes my layout share, and I thank you very much for watching, and I really would appreciate your feedback on whether this format will work for layout shares. I will try a process video either today or tomorrow after everybody leaves to go back, when James leaves to take Barrett back to Fort Eustis, I'll have some time this afternoon. So I may try to make a video, and I'll try maybe kind of folding the camera down like that so that you can see what I'm doing. So if this works out, and if you like it, and if it's not too distracting, and if those blips didn't actually interrupt the video, which I'll be able to tell before I actually put this up on YouTube, then this may become my post surgery recovery type process. So again, I thank you for watching, and Happy New Year. Bye. I'm thinking that's not how I turn that off. I don't do it with my finger.